It was he who led me to the stage. Not by hand, of course. Will was indirectly involved. It was actually a woman who lured me to the stage. It was the spring of 1916. I was in my 17th year. I had the luxury to be staying with my beautifully madcap Aunt Lacey in New York. She's a cat's pajamas. Lacey was nearly famous in New York after her torrid love affair with Harry Houdini. That was so entirely scandalous. She was never allowed to... That story requires much more giggle juice than we have available. That day, Lacey took me to the Lewiston Stadium. You know, the place in Harlem, right next to the edge of Manhattan. At first, I wasn't keen on going, but Aunt Lacey insisted that I broaden my horizons. How are you supposed to broaden your horizons at 16? It was a masque called Caliban by the Yellow Sands, put together by Percy McKay, the theater guy. He collected the cast of distinguished English and American actors, along with hundreds of singers, dancers, all kinds of performers, to celebrate 300 years of the world without Shakespeare, who, as you now know, I happen to adore. It was the celebration of the genius of the man whose words pointed us to the stars. A slew of people turned up, and that was only the first night. I had never seen so many people in one place before, and the music was beautiful. Arranged no less by Arthur Farwell, the orchestra hit on all sixes. And then I saw her. She came from the other side of the field, at first walking as if on a cloud. I knew I was in the presence of something magical, witnessing something otherworldly. I pushed through the crowd to get to the front, my poor aunt trying to keep up, and by the time we got there, Isadora was dancing with the freedom and passion I'd never seen before. Every single movement she made was glorious. The point of her toe, each gesture of her hand, every turn was perfect, effortless. I was captivated. The woman took my breath away. Everyone near me was in the same state of pure rapture. She was wearing a shift. Just a shift. No shoes. Oh God, how I envied her. Bare feet on the grass, wind blowing through her hair. When she came near, I could see she was not a young woman, but because every movement she made expressed the philosophies of her heart and soul, she seemed 23. She was about to pass me, I should say us, but in that moment she and I were in perfect communication. No one else existed. As if she heard my thoughts, she turned with the grace of a butterfly and stopped. Just for a hair's breadth, she stopped and looked at me. And she smiled. Isadora Duncan smiled at me. I knew in that moment I wanted to use my body, my own body, to tell stories, to make people feel, to express through movement the love and joy and anguish of life. I wanted to dance, just like Isadora Duncan. Of course, burlesque wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
I will forever remember your name. Yeah, I will forever remember your